Welcome back into the channel. In today's video, I'm going to not just showcase a day in the life of a full-time eBay seller, I'm going to document my entire week. So this is currently the week leading up to Thanksgiving, which starting here today, Monday is the 25th. And the goal is I'm just going to bring you guys along and document all my Facebook Marketplace pickups, which is a heavy source for me right now. My Goodwill trips and the amount of listings I'm doing, all that good stuff is going to be laid out in this entire vlog. And then at the end of this video, we will reflect back on the numbers of the week and see exactly what we're making. Now, currently being at the end of November, I am in the middle of Q4 and there's a lot of opportunities to make money. I sell on Amazon, Walmart, and eBay, but I actually made a conscious decision to hit pause on every other business model or side hustle or fun thing like TikTok shop or Amazon affiliate program. Been hitting pause on everything to just hone in and lean in on eBay because it's been working. Primarily, you'll see in our storage unit coming up here in a minute, I have a problem of buying and not listing, just like many people do. Problem then became I now have a 25-foot storage unit of unlisted inventory, thousands of items, tens of thousands of dollars worth of inventory. So this Q4, I am choosing to just focus on one platform. It gets all my attention every single day, Monday through Friday, and I'm going to showcase the entire thing laid out for you here in this vlog. So with that being said, time to get to the storage unit and ship. And coming in for our weekend sales, as you guys have seen over the last couple episodes, I have been extremely consistent with listing on eBay. I'm actually on a burst right now doing 50 per day, and it is paying off because we just had 37 sales over the weekend for $1,300. Oftentimes people are asking us, how does our skewing system work? We're in the middle of organizing and redoing a bunch of these shelves. So these are not exactly in perfect order, but in general, they're in order. So we're going to look at 1038 is our skew. Come over here, buy the 1030s, pull out 1038. And a little pro tip, we spent many years shipping every pair of shoes inside of these USPS priority shoe boxes until I discovered that a lot of the very large shoe sellers do not do that. They use regular poly mailers, and we have now been shipping for almost an entire year, mostly in poly mailers, unless they are collectors type shoes, higher end sneakers, then we'll put them in a box. But for the most part, this is going to go right in here and then right into the bin. Cool part is this is doing two things. One, saving you a ton of money because your dimensions and your weight are going to be far smaller than if you are using boxes. And you're going to be saving a ton of space, especially if you are using USPS totes. You can only fit 3 or 4 pair of actual shoe boxes in there. But especially if you are selling lower dollar items like this one only sold for 25 bucks. So I am shipping this in the mailer, saving time, money, and space. And on this next one, I'll give you guys a little free bolo to keep an eye out for. 1157, these Nike Jordan fleece gloves sold for $32.95. Now you'll want to pick these up getting into right before fall starts. Ross, Marshalls, Burlington, a lot of these stores start to get this kind of stuff. So paid about I believe this was $12.99 and $32.95 sale price, and it happens to be right up front. Super easy to photo, list, and ship. Next up was a Walmart clearance find. 2 of these crossbow devices and list them at $19.95. Somebody bought both of them, so they paid 40 bucks on what cost me $10, and quick and easy to ship. Next up, this was actually out of that garage sale video we did a few weeks back of the garage sale that had all the $3 shirts. Icebreaker was the main brand. There was some North Face stuff in there, so I bought this for 3 bucks, and it sold at full price. It was only listed for about a week at $35. This goes to show you a little pro tip that it's not just about the brand itself. It's about the style, it's about the colorways, it's about the uniqueness of the item. If you get just a normal North Face shirt, it might only sell for 15 bucks. But if you get something with a cool colorway like this camo here, then we're looking at making real money on these items. So when you're out doing thrifting, garage sales, etc., always keep in mind that it's about the style of the piece. It's not just the brand of it. And since I'm on a kick of just turning the store into way better items, I actually started getting into some jeans, so pulled out this out of a lot of 22 pair that I got off Facebook Marketplace. Paid 8 bucks a piece. Average sale price so far has been about 35. So let's ship this out and show you what the average profit's looking like on some of these guys here. Going USPS Ground Advantage for $8.92. And after our fees, our shipping, our original buy cost of $8, we're looking at roughly $13 net profit on these jeans. I try to stick between that $13 and $15 range if I'm going to be sourcing pants like that. But that one buyout led me down the rabbit trail on Facebook Marketplace one night to even look outside of my normal drive area. As long as I'm able to get a hold of quantity, I'm willing to go drive for an hour, hour and a half to go pick up more. So I got 22 pair on this one load, $8 a piece. I have a second load I picked up about 25 pairs, $7 a piece, now an average sale price of $30 to $35. It's been a pretty good item to add into our store. That concludes shipping for the day. Almost 40 items going out on the eBay side. This was actually the Walmart side. Can't show what that product is, but buy cost was $30 and they sold through within like 10 minutes of hitting buy box for $55. So nothing crazy on that one, about $8 to $9 profit per unit. But again, with the Walmart side and the Amazon side, you go for speed and velocity to make up for it. So almost a $2,000 weekend for us is killer. We have been on this tremendous upswing with eBay. I've never hit eBay in my 9 years doing e-commerce. I've never hit eBay this hard. A couple weeks ago, I started with just 20 listings a day, and I'm telling you guys, 2 months ago, 3 months ago maybe, the account on eBay for us was at $500 in our 30-day rolling total. And currently in the month of November, yes, it is Q4, so we're going to see a natural upswing anyways, but pair that with the consistency and listing that we've had, we will cross 10K, and that's just scraping the surface of where I want this account to go. I want this to be 20, 30K a month just on the eBay account. So there was definitely something that happened, some type of magical switch in the algorithm for our account that happened when we started doing 20 listings a day. Then I went up to 30 listings a day. Now this week I've been committing to 50 listings a day for the last 3 or 4 days in a row. And out of those 50 that I list at night, I'm typically seeing 3, 4, 5 of those sell right away overnight. And it just comes down to 3 factors that I'm really focusing on: is have a great product at a great price and a great main photo. You nail all 3 of those, pretty good chance you're going to be scaling. And the only way I'm able to make this happen mentally more than anything is I had to hit pause on anything and everyone in life for now. That included our Walmart account. When I opened up that Walmart account at the beginning of the year, went crazy with the retail arbitrage side, loved it, still love it, but it takes up way more capital and it takes a lot of time to be hustling the stores. So going into Q4, looking at the fact that we have an entire storage unit, I don't know why I'm in this one, that's all the listed stuff. We have an entire storage unit, you guys have seen by now, thousands of items that are not listed, 2 full pallets worth of shoes right there that are not listed. So my butt should not be outsourcing new items, especially for the Walmart side. Takes way more capital when I've got $5, $10, $15, $20,000 worth of inventory right here. So being that we have this ready to cash out, that's why I made a decision to hit pause on everything else in life right now as far as the business goes and just put my blinders on, focus on the eBay account, clear this space so that this can become the next listed inventory unit and get all that cash back up front, get a nice injection of capital over Q4, and then I can re-inject that back into the Walmart side, more eBay stuff, etc. But now that shipping is done, we're actually in a very fortunate position. I mentioned this a few times with this particular storage unit. It is not a franchise, not a chain. It's actually locally owned. And that means that we have a little bit of leeway with how we do things. So yes, right up front, when we toured this place, we got permission to run a business out of here. They're cool with it. We get to hop onto their Wi-Fi, and they have daily USPS pickups at the front, which means that we can just cart this right up front, leave it, and then it gets scanned in by a driver. Fun fact, it's actually the same driver because we're not too far from where our warehouse was. It's the exact same driver that was with us at our warehouse when we had it. So feeling super fortunate with that setup. There's a lot of days where for some reason, if front desk can't be opened, then the door is locked and I can't have a pickup. So then I do run down to the post office. 10 minutes down the road, it's not far at all. Today is kind of a sourcing day. I'm not really supposed to be sourcing because got a lot of stuff that's not listed, and I'm currently working through 30, 40, 50 listings every single day. But I got a pair of Harley boots lined up on Facebook Marketplace. I also have an additional 3 or 4 messages currently ongoing, and this is actually out of town by about 35 minutes. 35 minutes out of town. Since I lined up the one pickup, I don't ever go out of my way for just one item, especially an hour round trip drive. What I do is I hone in my Facebook Marketplace to that city and then try to find more stuff to make it worth my time. So that's the game plan for today: is get out of the house, get going, pick those up. Might hit a Goodwill or 2 and then get back, do shipping, and call it a day. Since I'm up here in this area, swing by Goodwill. This one is a newer location, but it's also packed with resellers every day, and it's way past open, which means probably gonna be picked over, but always worth stopping by. I actually heard back from a guy I was waiting to hear back on. So 2 brands in this load, Get Better Today and Alpha Elite. So 2 fitness brands, if you guys aren't familiar. Alpha Elite's a little bit more spendy than Get Better Today, but I paid an average of $5.70 per unit, 80 bucks for the whole bag. And these should sell roughly between 20, 25. Throw up some comps on Alpha Elite stuff. And then I got a bunch of these shorts from Get Better Today. So again, just bread and butter pickups, nothing crazy. Harley boots, these things were literally worn 2 or 3 times. 30 bucks, brand new. Comps are sold prices for 99. So I should be able to fetch at least 60, 65, probably list them at 75, free shipping. Take an offer, 60 bucks, somewhere around there. But let's talk about the conversation that just happened there. I show up, and I've been preaching this for years. I'm always transparent with people on why I'm buying things. Especially when you are new as a seller, it's so easy to get caught up in the mindset of like, oh, I've got to keep it a secret that I'm going to resell this stuff because people hate resellers. That is such a stigma that I have proven time and time again that it's quite the opposite, where if people know that you are buying to sell, they will give you more things. So this was exhibit A of exactly what I do every single time I do a Facebook Marketplace pickup. I always let them know, thank you so much for taking the offer. I appreciate it. I actually run an online distribution business. So if you end up finding more items that you want to get rid of, just let me know. That phrase right there has gotten me so much extra stuff because people all of a sudden think, wow, now I have somebody I can offload all my excess stuff to. So in this situation, that exactly happened. I let her know I run online distribution business. If she has any other items that she's trying to get rid of, she can hit me up. She goes, oh, I'm actually helping an older friend of mine do an estate sale. She likes to buy expensive things and hold on to them for years and never use them. So she goes, do you do other items aside from shoes? And I go, we do shoes, clothing, accessories, electronics, you name it, we do it. She then goes in, pulls out a big bag, dumps out vintage Dooney and Burke bags. And the comps on a few of these were looking on the higher side. I can show you right here on the higher side of $100, $150, $200 comps. And because I have practiced looking up comps and getting my hands on thousands, tens of thousands of items over the last 9 years, I have built up a mental database where I didn't need to use my phone at the time. So she said they belong to the gal who's going to be getting rid of her stuff in the estate sale. She wanted $100 per bag. I was right up front with her and told her like $100 is going to be too high for our business model. But if no other offers come in down the road and she just wants to get rid of those, we can work something out. Right now I can offer $40 a piece. She's got more stuff. She's got a pair of Nike Air Max Essentials. She's got cowboy boots, all this kind of stuff. So she's going to shoot me a text again with some more updated info and pricing, work out a deal, and then I'll go pick those up tomorrow. But that phrase right there out of this entire vlog, if you get anything out of this, is if you've been hiding the fact that you are reselling stuff, it's getting out of the mindset of like, oh, I'm just a reseller, which is this like dirty term people think it is. Switch your phrasing to you run a company, you run an online distribution business. Now that sparks some interest. Oh, you sell more items. Let me see what else I can give to you. I've literally pulled out thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of extra pure profit out of people's driveways or Facebook Marketplace because I either asked, do you have more in the back? I actually run an online distribution business. Or hey, if you find any other items down the road, you can just shoot me a message on Facebook. So today's whole sourcing trip, which I shouldn't be sourcing, but I am. I didn't even tell you the best part yet. So she shot me another text a few minutes ago and she said, hey, I talked to the gal who's running the estate sale. It's her house that they're liquidating and downsizing, and she's like, I told them about what you do, and they actually want you to come in the day before the estate sale even starts, and that you and your wife can go through and cherry pick out the stuff that you would be interested in. So that right there, this one pair of boots just rabbit trailed into potentially hundreds or thousands of extra dollars worth of inventory. We'll see. And next pickup, actually got all of these shirts, 2 brands, the Hundreds and Johnny Cupcakes. Picked these all up for about $5.50 each. There were 30 something of them total. Story on these was the typical person that bought them one at a time through the years to add to their collection, and they only wore them a few times, so they're all pretty much mint condition. Tuesday shipping is done. One tote going out today. Gym is right there. Post office is right there, which is pretty sweet. They close in 10 minutes, so I had perfect timing for today. I did not plan on sourcing that much, but drop these off, hit the gym, go home, photo, get some listings done. And to highlight two of the best sales for today, $166 for these two Lululemon pieces. And if you guys follow our channel, you would have seen a few vlogs ago at that $3 garage sale. We pulled out a bunch of the icebreaker t-shirts, pulled out some of these Lululemon pieces, North Face, etc. And I had these listed originally at $99 each and took offers at $75 and $85. Let's ship these and see what our actual profit is. So on the pants, sold for $75. I did have these on promoted, which is our ad fee right here, for $5. Shipping label, transaction fee left with $53.69. So about a $50 profit on that. And on the windbreaker, which was a 2XL, so that larger size actually moved pretty quick. It was only listed for less than 3 or 4 days. Took the $85 offer. Again, we did ads on this, so we paid $6.43. Shipping label, transaction fee left with a gross amount of $61.74. Minus our $3 buy cost, we're looking at about $58 profit on that one. So $6 turned into a net profit of over $100 on those. And those are new with tags Lululemon pieces that we pulled out of a garage sale for $3 a piece. That's not to say that's going to happen often. It's not a common find like that. That's what we call a home run, a golden ticket item. But that goes to show that those deals are very much still out there as long as you're willing to be consistent and go hunt every single week. Happy Friday. Yesterday was Thanksgiving, so no shipping yesterday, but we've got a pretty sweet 2-day sale of 28 items for $1,100 gross. So for those of you that have been wondering, is eBay still worth it to do? Yes, we are scaling this thing. I'm showing you guys firsthand on this channel how to grow an eBay account from $500 all the way up to $20K. Top 3 sales from the last 2 days. Number 1 was this Huckberry Wellen Seawool Fisherman Shawl. This cardigan, sold that for $76 plus shipping, and I paid $30 for it. Second was a Star Wars Herschel backpack, sold for $80. I picked a few of these up at the Disney store clearance for, I believe, $38. It was under $40, so about $38. And third one is these Rainbow High Dolls. I've got Delilah and Mila, $67.47 plus $10 shipping, so a $77 sale. I actually got these on Facebook Marketplace for $7.50 each. $15 for the set, sold for over $70. So I've been preaching this stuff for years, man. It's still very, very doable to put in the work. If you want to build a larger eBay account and make this full-time income, it can be done. It's going to require a lot of hunting, a lot of work, a lot of sourcing, a lot of photos, a lot of listing. But for those of you who want to do it, this is showing you firsthand how it's done. Now it's time to pull some orders, get some shipping done. Today's agenda is technically Black Friday. We're not going to go do the retail RA grind. I don't know if it's crazy out. I also just have no desire to go spend thousands and thousands of dollars when I have thousands and thousands of dollars of inventory that's still not listed. So that's what we're going to be focusing on. But we are going to do a little sourcing. We're going to go hop out to some Goodwills in hopes that everyone is detoured away to the retail stores. Hopefully thrift stores will be a little bit slower. Slightly sad evening, but exciting. I've been using my home gym here for the last year, but this is taking over and we're gonna get a lot more efficient, especially with what we're doing in here, which means we need space. So as you guys saw, I'm back at Gold's Gym, which means I'm gonna liquidate this stuff. I got someone to pick up all this. Fortunately, this type of stuff, weights, especially coming up into the new year, holds its value very well. So I spent about $1,200 for everything that's going to be going right here, the weights, barbell, rack, and I'm able to sell it for $1,000. So make my money back on it, clear out some space, and we're gonna do some cool stuff in here. So document in a couple weeks here on the channel exactly what we're gonna be setting up. I had the best of intentions to photo enlist way more than I actually did. I ended up sourcing. Let's see what we got. As you guys saw some of these pickups already, I already photoed, enlisted all these so far. These pickups were pretty sweet. And then of course I have all these pickups that you guys have seen spread throughout this video. Figured it'd be interesting to do a full week in the life, not just a single day. So this is all stuff I picked up this week via Facebook Marketplace that's just been kind of plopped down here in piles based on per pickup. So for example, this whole pile right here, I would have paid $7 a piece. This whole pile right here was $8 a piece, including this gorgeous one right here, which is a Carhartt. $8 for that guy. Should sell for at least 40, 50, maybe a little bit more. $6 per unit on this pickup we did the other day. And even though it's been very clothing focused this week, it does not detour me away from doing hard goods. I'm just focusing on clothing and shoes right now because it's what I have available to me. But I did find this guy, $9.99. Should sell for about 70. So now the goal is, between this pile, which is at least 100 plus items of different stuff here in the garage I haven't photoed yet, and then stuff at the storage unit that still needs done, my goal is to photo over 200, maybe 250 items between today and tomorrow. Because on Tuesday, I'm actually flying out to host a resellers meetup with some of my great friends over here. Very pumped for this event. This is the third time we will have done this, and shout out to Mr. Chris Grant because he is the one that is hosting this at his own place. And on top of that, this is the first year that we have been running the Sellers Network Discord with my good friends Sarah, Ray, and Ryan Roots. So we put out an invite within that Discord to come on out for an epic couple days over in Florida, and we have about 40 of our members coming out, so it's going to be a blast. So with the fact that I'm flying out Tuesday for this event, Tristan's going to be here at home taking care of daily shipping, but my job would be to still get up my daily listings. I've been really pushing for that 40, 50 a day. It has not been happening this week. I've been more on the 15, 20, 25, on the higher days 30. I think I did 50 per day 4 or 5 days in a row, and then ended up sourcing a lot more than I thought, just because the deals have been so good around here. But with that being said, time to get to work on the photos. And after this, I'm going to show you guys a full breakdown of exactly what was done this week. Now that we have finished the entire week, Monday through Sunday, as you can see here, 11/25 through 12/1, we are going to break down the numbers for you. Now, keep in mind, too, this entire account I consider is still new. I let it tank over the last couple years, got down to $500, and I'm basically rebuilding this whole thing. So I would consider this $3,600 a week great, but my goal is a consistent 5K per week, which is 20K per month. But this is technically the best week I have had on eBay. So I'm going to keep pushing this thing and feeding this beast as much as I can. So now this is the number everyone on social media loves to flaunt. Everyone on YouTube loves to say like, hey, I did 5K in sales. I did 10K in sales. What they're not showing is the back end. So welcome to the back end, my friends. We have fees and shipping and buy costs involved. So if you see anyone post their sales numbers or they say I made X amount, typically they're referring to this number, which is total sales, total revenue. What you actually take home in your pocket is drastically different. So out of this $3,600, we have selling costs, which is going to include my shipping labels, which I do purchase right through eBay. And I'm also going to have my fees on top of that. That includes my promoted fees or the ads. This is paying for the right to get more views on those listings. Now, being in Q4, I am running a drastically higher promoted listing rate than I normally do. Typically, I am doing 5% across my entire store. Being in Q4 and I'm trying to clear out this storage unit, man, I'm trying to just liquidate, which means I'm trying to take a smaller margin and get everything moving as quickly as I can. So my ad rate right now has actually been 9, 10. I've even gone as high as 11% lately, which is really high. But some of this stuff I've had for a year and I just want it out. So my selling costs are going to be slightly higher than they would normally be, but they are $1,400. So we take our $36.27 here, subtract our selling cost. That leaves us a net of $1938.82. This does not include the buy cost of the actual product. Now, the exact penny by penny breakdown is going to be between myself and my accountant, but I can give you guys rough estimates based on my averages. My average buy cost for most of my product here in Texas, when the thrift stores, things I'm finding on Facebook Marketplace, is about $6. Now, according to this, I sold 104 items. Now, if I take 104 items times my average buy cost of $6, we have $624 roughly as my buy cost for this inventory. Now, if we take this 1938 and subtract that by cost, I am left with we'll call this a gross profit because I do have storage unit, I do have insurance, I have other overhead I have to cover. But for easy math, easy numbers, nice rough round estimates, we're going to go $1,900 as our net from eBay minus my buy cost of $600. That's going to give us roughly a $1,300 profit. Now, some items I do pay way more for. I have no problem paying $100 for an item that might sell for $200. Other items I bought a year ago specifically for the Walmart or Amazon platform, I was restricted, and so I just liquidated at a loss. So that's why in this type of video, I'm going to give you guys rough estimates, but those are not far-fetched numbers. The last thing I am here to do is to document my journey without integrity and show you guys numbers that are not true. So for somebody that's coming from a very dead eBay store, to be able to pull this thing back out of the grave and get it to $1,000 profit every single week where I'm at right now, I am super pumped about that. Now, what am I doing with that rough $1,000 profit? I am not taking anything out of it personally. I am reinvesting that into more product, better product, higher average sell price, etc. And as you can see here, this $34 is my average sell price. And this is specifically because of those restricted items I did have for Walmart and Amazon. I was selling a lot of these toys I bought a year ago, last Q4, and even some throughout this entire year I was restricted in, had the best of intentions to get ungated, and I didn't. That kind of stuff I was selling for $20, $15, taking $8 offers on very small items. So this has brought my average sell price down tremendously. Typically, my average sell price is $45 or above, and that's what I'm sticking with moving forward after I liquidate all of these bad buys. So hopefully you guys enjoy this style of video. Do me a big favor. If you would like to see me document how this eBay account is growing week by week, comment below and let me know. This type of video takes a lot of extra editing. It takes a lot of small clips to put together in these nice clean formats for you. So it's a lot of work to do, but I am more than happy to do it if there is a demand for it. I'm personally excited about the growth of this eBay account. Just in the last 8 weeks I've been working on it. I'm excited to see where it's going to go over this course over the next year, because I really do see this account growing to be 20 and 30K per month. And most of all, I want that to be consistent too. I don't want to have just these random pops of a 20K month because I had good inventory come in. I want this to be a nice clean workflow where there is a sourcing method involved, that I can eventually hire a shopper, I can hire a lister, I can hire someone to do photos, and just really scale this thing to see what it can become. But none of this would be happening right now if I was not focusing on just the one platform. I have been preaching this on Instagram this week. I think far too many people like myself for the last 9 years has been spreading themselves so unbelievably thin. And yeah, it sounds great to say, oh, I have 9 streams of income, I have all these different businesses, but none of that means anything if you're not making any real freaking money with any of them. I can sit here and say, yeah, I do have 10 income streams, but one of them might only be making $27 per month. I would much rather see so many more resellers cut the BS. Focus on the platform that is giving you the best bang for your buck on your time, the best ROI for you. Pour some freaking gasoline on that fire, get that thing burning, and see what you can do with it. I have documented my entire journey here in the e-commerce space for 9 years here on YouTube. And for 9 years, you guys have seen me go to one thing and one thing and one thing and try this thing. And I've never made any one thing great. This right here, as oddly as it is, eBay of all platforms, this was the platform I despised for years. eBay, for some reason lately, it's been something I am so damn proud of because I have been so unbelievably consistent with it, and that's why I want to start making these type of videos for you guys, documenting week by week on what's going on. So if you guys can appreciate this type of video, which hopefully is a lot more raw and transparent than a lot of people out there, drop a comment below. Let me know if you want more of this, and I will be more than happy to flip open that camera and document the journey as we go and crush this thing. But with that being said, this has been Chaz, Side Hustle Network. Peace out, crew. I'll see you next time.